The future of freedom across the globe is increasingly under attack as the world is still reeling from President Biden's failed withdrawal from Afghanistan. Our adversaries are on the move. Russia seized the opportunity to invade Ukraine. China is increasing its aggression toward Taiwan, and Iran and North Korea continue down their dangerous nuclear paths. There's no doubt that American influence has been greatly diminished by the countless blunders committed by this White House. Most of all, there's an erosion of the decades-long commitment to what has brought this country prosperity and the world security, peace through strength. Deputy Secretary Sherman, you served under the Obama administration where you acted as the lead negotiator of the 2015 Iran nuclear deal. Earlier this year, as the Deputy Secretary of State, you were sent to Europe to persuade the Russians not to invade Ukraine. Unfortunately, those efforts failed. However, it's not too late to stop this bad deal with Iran. It didn't work when we did it last time, and it won't work now. Iran is an enemy of the United States and the free world, and it's just crazy to rely on its oil exports as it was to rely on Russia's exports. Iran is the foremost state sponsor of terrorism, and they don't comply with international agreements. In fact, Iran has already violated the current deal with the Biden administration through its ballistic missile development program and uranium enrichment. Yet under this new deal, we're potentially freeing up billions in Iranian assets, allowing them to export millions of barrels of oil per day, and giving them enough uranium to make a bomb in 3 years. All of this for what? To acquire Iranian oil, rather than rely on American energy that President Biden has actively stifled since day one of his presidency? It's not too late for the State Department to reject this horrible deal. I'm going to go off script here for just a second, which always makes my staff a little concerned.
Same thing happens to me when I go off my talking point.
I get it. I had some friends killed in Iraq, a lot of friends. I was there twice, and I think of those improved explosive devices that were created by the Iranians and given to the Iranian militias and the Shia militia, and it just seems unconscionable to me that we would sit down at a negotiating table. Instead, the administration needs to take a page from Ronald Reagan's playbook, peace through strength. I'm reminded of President Zelensky's recent address to Congress and his thinly veiled cry for help from the Biden administration, and I quote, "I am addressing President Biden. You are the leader of a great nation. I wish you to be the leader of the world," end quote. The world is a lot more dangerous than it was just a year and a bit ago. President Biden is failing to lead. This administration needs to lead the world. And right now, our country is in trouble. The world is in trouble. My first question is, from a purely national security perspective, is it better for the United States to produce its oil or allow Iran to buy oil from Iran?
Congressman, thank you for your service, not only as a member of Congress, but as a serviceman as well. Let me be clear. The negotiations for a return to compliance for compliance in the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action is not about oil. It is about ensuring that Iran cannot obtain a nuclear weapon. That has been a bipartisan ambition over the course of several administrations, because as dangerous as Iran is, and I would agree with you on that, their state sponsorship of terrorism, their malign behavior in the region, their targeting by militias and proxies, all of that is horrible. But Iran with a nuclear weapon would be able to project even more power into the region and would deter some of our allies and partners in pushing back against Iran.
If I could, though,
the JCPOA is about ensuring they not have a nuclear weapon.
I appreciate that, but unfortunately, they violated it last time with their ballistic missile program, their uranium enrichment, and now we're talking about letting Russia, whom we've sanctioned, build a $10 billion nuclear plant for the Iranians. I want to switch subjects real quick because I only have half a minute here. What would you guys do differently in your negotiations to prevent Ukraine from being invaded? Have you taken some notes down on lessons learned, and what would you do differently?
I think that right now we are very focused on helping President Zelensky and the Ukrainians ensure that they have a country, that they have their sovereign territory, that they have their future. There will be many lessons learned out of this, Congressman, and I hope we will learn those lessons together.
Thank you.